Hello, friends. So it's been a little while since I've done a little bit more of an informal podcast episode where I don't use my official professional mic. I probably won't be doing much editing either. And I feel a little bit like Marvin Gaye, minus the stardom, because I am on my couch reclining right now. Part of the reason is because I'm having some pain and tension in my back, and I've just gotten body work done, and I've just gotten finished with doing a little bit of heating, and I'm in between. But the other part is that I'm just really fatigued. And I was thinking about how I've been kind of wanting to do an episode on this and some things related to that for a while. And considering I'm feeling it, I just felt like what better time than to make myself the subject for the episode. So the episode is called Handling Major Fatigue. My first tip is to do your best. And when I say do your best, I do not mean to overextend yourself. I mean, make sure you're not trying to give more than what you have to give. Do your best and end each day knowing that you did your best and not feeling guilty about it. I have to simply state it because it's one of those things that's easier said than done. It's something we know, and many of us just need that reminder that we can only do our best and our best is enough. Connected to this, my next tip would be do the minimum. When you are feeling major fatigue, it is not your time to be an overachiever. When it comes to the workplace, when it comes to keeping your home in order, even when it comes to fitness. I don't know if you've seen it, but there are a lot more YouTube videos popping up called like a lazy girl workout or lazy girl fitness. And sometimes the workouts are 10 minutes, sometimes they're 15 minutes, but they do not require you to exert a lot of energy, but they're good for people who like to have some movement every single day. So do the minimum. Do the minimum without guilt. Know that the minimum is enough for the moment, and that our energy and our time kind of comes in waves where we have a lot more time or a lot more energy. It's not every moment of our life that we are meant to be overachievers. And connected to this, my next tip is to remember you are not a robot. I suspect part of the reason I'm tired is because I happen to be in luteal phase. Luteal phase, about halfway through, first you're energized. The second half of this phase, it is normal to feel fatigued. So sometimes I think about that. I am not a robot. I am most likely not going to be able to perform how I did a week ago, different circumstances, different energy levels, maybe even getting different sleep at night. And that just brings me to my next point, which is go to bed early. I know it's not easy to do, but it is important. And sometimes when we ignore what our body needs, we just end up crashing out anyway. So plan for it. Take your shower early. Pick out your clothes for the next day. Whatever it is that would help you to not stay up super late. And I think if you've lived any length of time in adulthood, you'll know there's this point if you stay up like around 9:30 or 9:45 where if you keep staying up, time flies. You will blink and it will be midnight and you will be saying, oh my God, I have to be up in 5 hours or I have to be up in 6 hours. So go to bed early. Your body needs it. I know I'm going to tonight. My next tip is to stay hydrated and to try not to rely solely on caffeine. I know it's hard, especially when you're fatigued, and there's some people out here who probably feel like you don't understand. I cannot survive without it. But I promise you there are other sources of caffeine. There are other sources of energy, like for instance, starting the day with some sort of green juice with like no sugar in it whatsoever. Those nutrients will go straight into your bloodstream within 15 to 20 minutes, and I promise you, you will feel energized. Another reason we don't often feel energized, especially as the day goes on, is because we're dehydrated. So instead of maybe drinking that coffee that will dehydrate your body even further, drink some water. And if you're feeling sleepy, just try to stand up, get that circulation going, do some deep breathing, go outside for some fresh air. But again, just stay hydrated, your body will thank you. My next tip is to be honest about what you can and cannot do. When I am tired or busy or overwhelmed, I know that it is time to evaluate what my commitments are. There might be some things that I have said yes to, and things have changed. I'm either not able to do it anymore or I'm not able to do it right now. The earlier you commit, the earlier you communicate that to the person or individuals who you earlier committed it to, the better. The less you inconvenience them when you're not able to come through or you need to push that time out. And that brings me to my next tip, which is to move some things on your schedule. It could even be like a dental appointment and it's just a routine cleaning, but you just feel like, look, I just don't have it in me to take that hour or two out of my schedule to drive across town. I just really need to move that. So there's things when we really look at our calendar, do I really need to do this, or would this make me more tired or more irritated or just feeling more burned out? And if the answer is yes, it would make you feel more burned out, push it out. Sometimes even rescheduling fun stuff, like it could be like a lunch with a friend, but if you don't have it in you, reschedule. Most people will really appreciate you being an early communicator of the change. And the last thing is to schedule a wellness appointment. I will leave that up to you as to what it is, but for instance, today I went for an adjustment and body work. There was some massage, some cupping, and also like a spinal adjustment. And that was what I needed. And I think it's going to help me get better, more thorough sleep and stay asleep throughout the night. You might need a massage. You might need a therapy appointment, whatever it is, a lymphatic massage. Go and find a wellness appointment that will contribute to your health and contribute to you getting a full night of rest. Because how many of us, when we're most tired, end up having the trashiest sleep ever, where we're waking up, we're having trouble falling asleep, waking up earlier than our alarm. I don't know the connection because that's not my area of expertise, but I know there's a connection of being tired and getting poor rest. But all of the things on the list that I mentioned are things that can help to ease your body, your mind, and also just to lighten up your schedule a little so that you can afford to rest. I hope these tips helped, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening.